The question, just so to orientate ourselves, the charts appearing on the left in sort of a white or greyish border are supposed to be chats from you, and the ones appearing on the right in green are supposed to be chats you received.
Okay.
That's how we read the document. So on that basis, it would appear that you received this agreement from Mr. Msibi.
Okay.
Now, what was this agreement about? It was about purchasing it was about a purchased aircraft. What relevance did it have to you, to the provision of services, VIP protection services for you?
It does.
Huh?
It does. It's very relevant, but there were some guys who were selling an aircraft, yes, and then I was very interested.
You were interested in buying the aircraft?
Yes.
But the agreement here is between between a company, the seller and the buyer, and you are neither.
Yes.
Where were you going to buy it from?
No, he was showing me that there was an agreement, but it didn't go through, that these guys were continuing to selling this aircraft. But I think that aircraft, I didn't even go and view the aircraft. I remember it was in Vonderboom. So I just lost interest. I don't know what happened.
I am so confused right now. You'd pity me if you truly understood. Mr. Msibi shares with you an aircraft purchase agreement.
Yes.
You say you were interested in buying an aircraft, and I say, but this is an agreement between a company called Alpha and the seller. It's got nothing to do with you, right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So how would you have exercised your interest in buying an aircraft by seeing an agreement concluded by this company, I think owned by Mr. Msibi, or it's got an association therewith called Alpha, and this other entity?
Yes, Commissioner. I wanted to see the details of the aircraft, so I do not know why Mr. Msibi sent also the sale agreement with the seller and the buyer. But the intention here was to purchase the aircraft. So whether he sent additional documents, maybe it was his oversight, I don't know.
Okay, so where do you go shopping for one?
An aircraft?
Yeah.
Where?
Yes.
You can, from a private seller, or you can go directly to the supplier.
Okay, so, and I'm trying to understand, where does this agreement assist you in following up on the interest you have in purchasing an aircraft? Unless you tell me you were interested in acquiring an aircraft from the same seller. Is that the case?
The aircraft does not belong to Mr. Msibi. It belongs to some other guys. I don't know them. Mr. Msibi was telling me that there's guys that are selling an aircraft. So one of the guys, I think, is even a technician, because he came to the farm. I remember I had a meeting with them. But I found out that the aircraft was not even in good condition, so I didn't even go and view the aircraft.
Chairperson, I'm just as confused as my learned friend. How does this particular issue fit in within the framework of what is being investigated by the Commission? I've allowed the client to answer the question, but it sort of doesn't fit. I don't see a correlation between what the Commission must investigate and this particular issue.
Thank you, Ms. Finance here.
Chair, it's not a particular issue this Commission is investigating. The Commission is investigating issues reflected in its terms of reference. And a multiplicity of facts will assist this Commission in making a determination one way or another in respect of any term of reference. So it cannot be that the challenge is, what does this specific question have to do? We've been discussing the relationship between Mr. Matlala and Mr. Msibi.
I want to go to the other car.
Where's my watch?
Babe, are there snacks in your car?
Sometimes even getting anywhere.
Perhaps if my learned friend is a bit patient until we get to the end of this exercise, she might just get here. an answer to her question. Or otherwise, we run the risk that to every question, I must say, this particular question refers to the term of reference number 2.2, number 2.6, and that is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson.
Thank you, Ms. Sillo. Yes.
Thank you, Chairperson. I am also here to assist the Commission. My client is here. And in that context, relevance is, of course, something very important because you've time and time reminded us that your time limits are relevant. I have listened to what she said, and if she says to me, and I will accept it, there is some form of relevance to the terms of reference, and she's going to come to it, I will accept it at this point. But I can't just sit and allow questions that I don't see the relevance of up front to be asked at this stage. That is my duty, is to also deal with those issues before you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Sillo has made the point that we will see in due course, so thus far I will allow the line of questioning. Please continue, Ms. Sillo.
Thank you, Chair. So then you say you didn't buy that aircraft?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Can we go then to page 122? And at 122, I want us to have regard to chat number 3. This says dated the 22nd of September 2023. If you see at the bottom left of that particular chat, and it's from Mr. Jotham Msibi with a question, must I send the Nedbank one? Do you recall what the conversation is about here?
I think this has to do with that proof of... Sorry, Commissioner, and now I'm confused also. That payment, was it from Mr. Msibi or from Mr. Maumela?
Well, I don't even know if there's been a payment.
No, there is proof of payments. I saw them here in the budget.
Perhaps let's take it a step at a time. I'm looking at this particular message. It says, which reads, must I send the Nedbank one? I don't know what the one is. I thought you might recall. It comes from Mr. Msibi to you.
Yes, I see it, but also I'm confused. I do not know.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's continue then. Perhaps it might get clearer. Your response follows at chat 4. And you say Nedbank is proof of payment. That's what I wanted to show.
Yes.
Okay. What proof of payment was this? Do you have any recollection? No?
Isn't it the proof of payment that they are here in the bundles? The Nedbank proof of payment?
I don't know. I'm not a participant in this chat, and I'm asking you to the extent that you can recall.
The problem, this thing happened in 2022. I also don't recall, so I'm trying to get some help. So maybe I don't know, Commissioner.
Okay.
I don't know.
So because I think then chat 6 perhaps might help you and I understand better, because at chat 6 you say, this one is the account Morgan sent to deposit money to. So then my reading of it is, these are details of a bank account you are providing to Mr. Msibi and saying that this is where, according to Morgan, the money the deposit must be made.
Just for identification, I think you said chat 6, it's 5.
Oh, chat 5, I'm running ahead. Yes,
the one that says this one is the account Morgan sent to deposit.
That's quite correct, Chair.
Yes.
I ran ahead. It's chat 5. I'm sorry, Mr. Matala, for confusing. It's chat 5. So you clarify that this is the account Morgan sent to deposit money to. You see that?
Yes, I see.
So it would suggest that Morgan says pay the deposit into this account. That's what is said here.
If you can check the proof of payments, Morgan is the one who sent money, not the other way around.
I'm dealing with the words I'm looking at.
The words are confusing even myself. It wouldn't make sense, because if you go back and check the proof of payments, you see Mr. Koza is the recipient and Mr. Maumela is the one who sent money. So it cannot, so
You are saying to Mr. Msibi, this is the account Morgan says to deposit the money into. You say those words.
No, I think-
I can interpret them for you.
No, it says this one is the account Morgan sent to deposit money. Yeah, I see.
Yes.
Commissioner, I don't know. I don't want to lie to you.
And it's you talking, Mr. Madlanga, so you should be able to tell us what you were saying.
From what we discussed, it
Yes.
must be that it's either I sent an account number to Maumela to pay to Mr. Msibi. I will assume that is what happened here.
That wouldn't dovetail with that because you are suggesting Mr. Maumela paying Mr. Msibi, but what you are saying here is it should be the other way around. Mr.
Or maybe
Maumela being
maybe it's my
recipient.
English. I was supposed to say Mr. Maumela. You know, it's very difficult for me to justify something that I don't even remember. So
Okay, let's.
what I'm working on here is just assumptions.
Sorry, Mr. Madlanga. You should please wait until Ms. Silo is done. Don't speak over her. We'll have problems with the transcript.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson.
All right,
Thank you, Chair. And I too, at times, I think I'm guilty of that, so I'll take the Chair's caution as well. Let's see if we can, you and I can understand what you meant then by following these chats. Chat 6, you then, at the bottom of page 122, you say it's FNB. I take it's FNB account.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
So you are informing Mr. Msibi about an FNB account, if we read it together with chat 5, into which the deposit must be made, and that you got this detail from Mr. Morgan. Would that be a reasonable interpretation at least?
It cannot be because
Okay.
I remember even this period, it was during Mr. Msibi's wedding, and he paid money to my account for the security there by the venue. So there is money that Mr. Msibi paid to my account for the wedding. So I think this is something different.
Yes, it's not paying you, it's paying...
No, he's paying me. This can be. There's a date here, Commissioner. It's easy to verify this. We just go to the bank statements. We can verify.
I thought this is a payment, I don't know from who to who, but between Mr. Msibi and Mr. Maumela. How do you get into the equation now?
No, I'm saying I know during this period Mr. Msibi paid money to my account.
Yes.
And we have a date here. I'm saying
okay.
for us to prove that is to go to the bank statements and check the dates. Then we will see that it's either a day after or the same day the money was paid to my account.
So you say he was paying for a wedding. I thought you said...
Security. Yeah,
Security.
Yes.
This might just help us then. Let's get it out of the way. If we go to page 116.
116.
The very first chat at page 116. Titled Wedding Package 2022. You see that?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. Now, you at chat 3, you give a number and you say Mawetu bodyguard. And then you give the name of Cordelia Matlala. At chat 5, you explain that's my wife, Baba. And Mr. Msibi responds at chat 6, cool son. So that's what 116 reflects. You see that?
Yes, I see it.
Then if we go over leaf at 117, chat 2, you say just deposit 350K. I'll take care of the rest, Baba. You see that? To which he responds at chat 3, will do tomorrow.
Okay, Commissioner, this is the account that I was trying to say that money was paid to my account. I see there is, before that, there is also a account number, if you can see. Before the just deposited 50K, there's an FNB account.
Sorry, please say that again.
I'm saying just before you go to this, Chair Toya said to
Yes.
him, just deposit 350K, I'll take care of the rest. Before
Yes.
that,
Yes, I do.
there is an account number that I sent to him.
Okay.
Yes.
So then, I brought us here to show you the payment and the conversation about payment for the services at the wedding. This is this conversation.
Yes.
Okay. So when he says we'll do tomorrow, he means I will do to the account number you have provided.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if we go back then to what we're trying to understand what you meant when you, at page 122, that payment cannot then be for your services at the wedding because it's settled.
Yes.
It has now to have to be for something else. And you introduced, as I indicated, at chat 6, that is an F&B account that Morgan sent for the money to be deposited into.
Do we have a...
You see that the distinction between the two?
Yes, it completely makes sense. But
Okay.
do we have an account number for this F&B?
Well, you haven't written it down here. However, there is an F&B at page 154. But then I don't know if you'll help us. You'll be able to help us because, will you remember if I show you? If you go to page 154, there is the account confirmation letter, but that is for a company, PTY Limited there, with the account number. It's an F&B one.
Turn it up loud. I wanna go fast. Turn it up loud. I wanna.
Reference here at page 122.
Yes, I see it, but I don't know this company. I don't know this company.
Okay. Let's see if we can get clarified. As a matter of interest, if we go to page 123, chat 45 and 456, and overleaf at 124, chat 1, that seems to be pictures of a blue, fancy-looking vehicle. And at chat 2 is that the name we were trying to pronounce, I dare not. At page 124, chat
yes,
2.
124, yes.
Chat 2, you wrote that Pagani is that the vehicle whose pictures appear before the name of Pagani.
Yes, I see it.
Okay. Now, I say, is this the sports car that you were suggesting Mr. Msibi wanted to buy?
Not wanted to buy. He was looking for a buyer, Mr. Maumera. He wanted Mr. Msibi to get him a buyer.
Oh, I see. This is the vehicle.
Yes.
I was hoping you will call the name of that vehicle again.
Yes, it's Pagani.
And it's got a second word, Mr. Matala, please.
Hyra.
Sorry, ma'am?
Hyra.
Oh, okay. I dare not pronounce it back. Thanks for the assistance, Ms. van der Heever. Then it appears again at 125. It's still blue. I take it is the same car. And what I want to get to is page 1. Apologies, I lost my place for a second there. 179.
Page 179.
179 of the same file. It's a series of them. To be exact, 179 to page 182. Have you found it?
Yes, I have them.
Okay. They all seem, these are payment notifications. They are all issued by Nedbank, and the payments seem to have been made on the same day, 22nd of September 2023, if you just cast your eye on the date against the entry date of payment. You see that?
Yes, I see that.
The first one, it's got no timestamp, so I don't know which, the order in which they were paid. The first one I see, it's paid from account, the account holder is supposed to be the entity identified there. I don't know, is it redacted? Do you see that entity?
On what? On which page?
179. You see payer details at the bottom?
The entity you mean, you're referring to the recipient?
No, okay. It says notification of payment. You see where I'm reading? Okay, let's take it in the order we've got the date. Have you located the date?
Date of payment, yes?
Yes, with the reference number following.
Of course, yes.
The beneficiary details, it says the recipient is Mr. A.M. Koza.
Yes.
And the recipient reference is M. Maumela. Do you see that? And the amount is for 1.3 million.
Of course, yes.
And then it gives the account, well, part of the account number, and it says payer details paid from account holder. Do you see that?
I see that.
Do you know that entity?
No, I don't know it.
The next one at page 180 is the same, but this time it's for 200,000, and except it comes from a different account holder, Wafra Consulting. Do you know that company?
I don't know the company.
The fourth one at 181 is for, looks like 3 million, if my zeros are correct, and it's the same as the first entity that paid 1.3 million. Once again, the recipient being Agrippa Koza, and the reference being M. Maumela. Do you see that?
Yes, I see it.
And the last one at page 182 is for 500,000. Similarly, the recipient identified as Agrippa Koza and the reference being Maumela. And this is paid from the account of Wafra Consulting, and you said you don't know who that is.
No, I don't know that.
Now, you said you facilitated the delivery of these proofs of payment to one or the other. You don't recall why. Maybe because the one asked you to. Do you remember that conversation?
Yes, I remember.
So now, looking at this, you say the recipient is Mr. Koza, and it is paid from that account holder. On what basis do you suggest that, I think you did advance a basis, that this is payment by Mr. Maumela?
From the recipient's reference.
Oh, the recipient's reference is what tells you?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't say...
No, not the recipient reference. The recipient is Mr. Agrippa.
Yes.
The payment, yeah.
And I'm trying to determine who's paying. You had suggested it was Mr. Maumela, and looking at this, I'm trying to understand on what basis you say it's Mr. Maumela.
Yes, it's Mr. Maumela paying Mr. Agrippa.
Why do you say it's Mr. Maumela paying?
I'm checking the recipient reference and the recipient.
You remember we just looked at payer details, and you said you don't know what that company is. That is the payer. That's the one paying.
Say that again?
The payer details are the details of the entity paying, and you said you don't know that entity.
I don't know this entity.
Yes. So the recipient reference is a reference that will appear on the side of the person receiving
Of course, yes.
the money.
Yes.
So it doesn't suggest that Mr. Maumela paid. It's what the recipient will see reflected and will know this is M. Maumela, whatever that may mean for the recipient.
I agree.
Okay. So then my question is, where did you obtain these POPs to provide to Mr. Msibi.
Where did I obtain them?
Yes.
Doesn't this chat show the receipt? I don't know. Oh, this is my phone, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we don't have them in my phone. The proof of payment.
These are downloaded from your phone.
Yes, I'm saying it does not show where they come from.
No. It must be from Mr. Msibi's phone. Because with chats, if it's on your phone, what you write will be on the right-hand side. And the person you are writing to will be on the left-hand side.
I'm duly corrected.
Yes.
It's from Mr. Msibi's phone.
Yes.
So, reflecting exchange between you and Mr. Msibi regarding these proofs of payment. Somebody gave them to the other. Do you recall who did and for what purpose?
It should mean that I send them to Mr. Msibi.
Now, having gone through this exercise, do you recall why you would have done so?
No, I'm not saying I've done it. I'm saying according to the chat here, it shows that I send them to Mr. Msibi, according to the chat.
Okay, now I'm asking, you remember in the beginning you said it was how many, 4 years ago, you don't remember, we went through this exercise, saw the car and everything. I wanted to see, has anything triggered your memory to remember why you would have sent these to him?
Before today, I've been going through this thing for quite a while. I do not remember this thing at all.
Chairperson, maybe I can just be assisted by my learned friend, because maybe I'm very confused, because if you look at the bottom chat on 122, it refers to F&B. And if we go back to these deposit slips, they're all seemingly net bank. So I don't understand then how the one is brought to the other one, if these relate to net bank, and my client, according to what's stated at the bottom, chat number 6, 122 says it's F&B. It doesn't, maybe my little friend can just assist me, because I understand, I tried to look now at the electronic bundles that we got, and it's seemingly, my junior says those electronic bundles differ in what you can pick up as the PDFs that's at the top from what we've been sent later on.
I'll try and do so, and I hope it is helpful. If we start at 121, page 121 of the same file, from chat 3, there are 5 PDF documents. We're going to try and get into the other system that will allow us to double-click on the screen and open. And
Please project.
Yes, it tends to delay sometimes. Sorry, Chair.
Let's just look at that.
So, Ms. Van der Heef, from 121, you see them?
Shouldn't we start that process at 1:10?
Okay.
2:10, I'm sorry.
We're happy to check.
Let's adjourn and resume at 2:10.
If I say what they've said, these have got
I'm a brand manager, and my ClickUp looks like this.
I'm a project manager. My ClickUp looks like this.
I'm a product manager, and my ClickUp looks like this.
1-2. We are ready to resume. Just again, please make sure that your cell phones and your devices are quiet, and let's all stand, please. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Law.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, before we broke for lunch, we were dealing with the POPs from Nedbank. And I think Ms. van der Heever had raised some issue. I indicated that the version of the charts we have that are ready for projection and properly redacted, we can't double-click on the attachment to show it is. However, we have received the unredacted version, the electronic one, and we are happy to share with Ms. van der Heever, because it's the same as appears in the file, to show that the PDFs that I referenced, starting at page 121 from Chat 3, are the actual POPs that we have printed out and attached from page 179.
Chairperson, the attorneys have dealt with my juniors and indicated these were additional ones that were received, but we're on the same page right now. So the electronically we up to date, and I know the references. We're not yet. We're waiting for that. I understand. We still don't have the electronic part, but I know the documents that I do have with cross references is apparently according to what we're going to get.
Yes, what you would have are what we call them CB chats. They're in the file. But even if you're to get them electronically, I'm saying the version is such that you can't double-click as you normally would on the attachment because they were prepared for purposes of flighting. What we have done is print them out, and this is what we have from page 179. What I undertake to do and what we'll be doing shortly is to share with you what I call the live version that would permit you to double-click and open that PDF and see it's what we have printed.
ClickUp Brain has been completely rebuilt. Meet Brain 2. Now, work is easy. All I have to do is ask what I should do next, and then it does it for me, and it suggests how it should do it. And the best part is, it already has context on my work because it lives inside my work. Now, I can do work from the beach.
From Nedbank.
Of course I did.
Okay. And these POPs are sent by yourself to Mr. Msibi.
Sent or forwarded?
You confirm?
Yes, forwarded to me. To Mr. Msibi, yes.
From you to Mr. Msibi?
Yes.
And the discussion we were having was why you would, and seeing as the account holder are two different companies which you suggest you don't know anything about.
Yes.
And we resolved that the name M. Maumela against the recipient reference does not indicate the name of the payer. The name of the payer is the entity, as appears or at the bottom of the POP, correct?
Okay.
Do you have a challenge with that?
I'm not disputing.
The account holder is the name of the company.
Exactly. And then
Perhaps just switch off your...
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is the case not, thank you, Mr. Law, is the case not that the account holder is the name of the company? So if you take 179, for example, the account holder is NM 1786. Let me not, yeah. But who actually made a payment, that we don't know.
sorry, the only thing we've got is the reference that we've got.
Take, please,
Let me try and address
Yes.
that. If we look at 179,
Yes.
it says paid from account holder,
Yes.
and that is the account holder identified there.
Yes.
So I asked whether he knows this account holder, this particular entity, and Mr. Matala said no, he doesn't. I contrast that with the recipient, who is identified as Agrippa A.M. Koza. And the recipient reference, so what would appear on the end of the recipient, it would reflect M. Maumela. That, I say, doesn't suggest that it was sent by M. Maumela, because it's sent from an account as identified at the bottom, unless the owner of that account, of that company, is Mr. Maumela. Yes. Okay. Are you with us, Mr. Matala?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So now the question was, what would be your interest in sending these POPs to Mr. Msibi?
I didn't have any interest.
Say that again?
I didn't have any interest.
Okay. Why would you send these POPs to Mr. Msibi?
I think I've mentioned before that I might have been asked to send them.
You definitively say he didn't have an interest, but in answering positively, you say you might have been asked. So either you were asked to do so, or you did so on your own volition. Which is it?
I say I might because I do not remember these POPs. So what I can only assume is someone must have asked me to send this to Mr. Msibi.
And would I be guessing correctly that you are most unlikely, as you sit there, to guess who that someone might potentially be?
It should be either. It can be either Mr. Msibi himself.
Requesting that you send them to him.
Yes.
And of course, that would assume that Mr. Msibi knows that you have them in your possession to send them in the first place. My logic dictates, otherwise he would have no basis to ask you to send them.
Yes, we'll assume that.
He would assume or no?
I wouldn't know, I will assume.
Now, okay, well, we'll leave it there because unfortunately we can't put the same questions to Mr. Msibi, he's late. So you will hide behind your lack of recollection.
I will hide.
Yes.
Why do I need to hide, Commissioner?
Because you know you sent them. You do not know whether you were asked to send them, and that is highly improbable, I'm putting to you. You would know why you do certain things, and therefore you would know why you sent him those POPs.
Commissioner, I don't think what you're saying is fair, because if you want to find out, there is a recipient here, Mr. Koza. I think it's easy to track who Mr. Koza is, then you can get to the bottom of this. But saying I'm hiding something, that is not fair.
But Mr. Koza didn't send these POPs, you did.
No, I'm saying the recipient is Mr. Koza. So this money, what was this money for? I think Mr. Koza can know that. I wouldn't know that. So,
in all fairness to me, I didn't ask you that. I never asked you what the money was for. The only question I asked you, and what you and I are debating, is why you sent these particular documents to Mr. Msibi. I never asked you what the money was for.
but you said I'm hiding something.
I said you are hiding behind your lack of recollection. Yes.
If I don't remember, I don't remember. There's nothing I can do. I am not hiding that.
If we move on, then...
Before we move on, Mr. Matala, the difficulty is it's a lot of money involved here. And I said to you earlier, unless you are in the business of forwarding notifications for many businesses, if you are in that business, so it's what you used to do as a matter of course, then perhaps there's room to forgive that you don't remember. And because it's this amount of money, it's people that you know, it's very difficult to accept that you have absolutely no recollection of it. Where it came from, what it was about, what you were asked. You don't even remember how. You say, I don't know, maybe someone asked me to forward it. But it's difficult to accept that that is a truthful and complete answer from you. It's a lot of money that you have forwarded. Mr. Maumela is your contact. Mr. Msibi is your contact. You have dealings with both of them, Mr. Msibi and Mr. Maumela. You had and you have dealings with them. There is no scenario, plausible scenario, where you have absolutely no recollection of how a total of nearly 3 million rand, you have absolutely no recollection of how it came about that you are sharing. You're the one that's forwarding payment notifications to Mr. Msibi. It's just unbelievable, I must say, that you have no recollection whatsoever. It's one thing to offer possibilities. You say, well, we have these dealings and that dealings. Maybe it's one of them. But to sit there and say, I have absolutely no recollection, it's just unbelievable. You may comment if you want to say anything.
Yes, Commissioner. I think if it was my money, I will remember. And the second thing is, if the commission will assist me, like I'm saying, Mr. Koza, if I knew that maybe Mr. Koza, if maybe I will know who Mr. Koza is, I might remember what this money is for. But this is not my money, and it's not the first time seeing 3 million or 4 million that it will make me to remember. I've made a lot of transactions more than this, so which are mine. So this is not my transaction even. So to remember it, if it was something which is the first time seeing 3 million, I will say, oh, that is the first time seeing someone sending 2 million to someone else. But it's not the first time. So it's not something that is a highlight in my life, seeing someone sending someone 2 million rands. So I need to have a reason why I should remember this. But I honestly can't. This is not something that I'm not hiding anything behind this.
I'll offer you a reason why you should remember.
Yes.
At page 122, you say to Mr. Msibi, on the same day, it's the same day of those payments, you say, this one is the account Morgan sent to deposit money into. So on that day, you, Mr. Msibi and Mr. Maumela are discussing monies and payments of monies. That should jog your memory, what it was about. But even that 122, you say, I don't remember it. I'm prepared to accept that you deal with big numbers, and so 3 million would not shock you. It would shock me. I would absolutely remember because I don't deal with those kind of numbers. But I accept that you say you deal with big numbers, so it's unfair maybe to expect you to remember. But at 122, you send a message that says Maumela has nominated an account into which payment must be made. On the same day, you are forwarding proof of payments that are made. Recipient is Agrippa. Mr. Maumela is referenced. On the same day, you must be able to remember something. You can comment.
Commissioner Baloyi, firstly, when I say it's not the first time seeing someone transacting, I'm not saying this in an arrogant manner. I'm boasting. I'm not putting it that way. I'm trying to explain that it will mean something if it was the first time seeing someone dealing with such amount of money. But because I'm in a business world, not in a way that I'm boasting or something. I'm not putting it in that way. I'm saying, for me to remember, it must be something which maybe it was the first time seeing it happening or something. That is the first thing.
And I do accept that, and I wasn't suggesting, and I never understood you as boasting. I do accept you saying that's not how you mean it. But exactly my point. How many times has Mr. Maumela nominated accounts that you have to share that information with Mr. Msibi? At 122. Mandela did this very often with you, on the assumption this is the only one where he has given an account number that you have to communicate to Mr. Msibi to make payment. On that assumption, I expect you to remember. It's difficult for me to accept that you do not remember. You may comment.
I have nothing to say, Commissioner, but the honest truth is I do not remember.
That's your answer. Thank you.
Chairperson, maybe I misunderstood what Ms. Paloi was saying. She said that it was an account that was nominated for him to go and make payment in. That is not what I understood the evidence.
I didn't say that, and the witness understood me and answered. I didn't say that.
Thank you. Before we leave this topic, you recall that I referred you to page 154, and 154, same file, is that FNB confirmation, account confirmation letter. I don't know how to pronounce that. I apologize if I mispronounce it, whether it's Lutaga or Lutaga Trading Enterprise Pty Limited. You see that?
I see it.
Did I understand you to say that you don't know this company?
Yes, I don't.
What would you say, what would your comment be if I suggested that there is evidence that this company paid monies into accounts of companies associated with you?
The companies that I own?
Yes, or you are associated with?
It's fine. It will assist me to remember, but I don't know this account.
Also, they could potentially have made that payment and you still don't know who this company is?
Commissioner, I don't know if by now you have my bank statements, you'll check. There's plenty of payments going to my account from different businesses. So if maybe you will jog my memory or show me something, and then I will tell you who's the owner of this company. That I wouldn't hide it. But for now, I don't know this company.
Okay, I noted that in response, I think, to Commissioner Baloi's question, you did highlight the fact that you deal in huge amounts. And perhaps you are not as pedantic as some of us who deal in lesser zeros might be. But are you suggesting to the commissioners that you are willing to accept for the moment that this company could potentially have paid significant amounts to a company associated with you? You can't deny it outright as you sit there.
I can't because I don't know, yes.
Okay. Did you have any dealings with this company, and if so, of what nature?
I don't know this company. And I'm saying if you maybe can remind me, then I will tell you what is this for, but I don't know this company.
I don't know if it is to remind you or whether what you're asking of me is to prove the payments before you can admit whether or not they were made. That's exactly what you're asking me, aren't you?
Yes, something to prove that I might know this.
So basically what you are saying is, as you look at this company, the businessman that you are, you cannot say to these commissioners whether or not you've had any business dealings with this company.
Of course, yes.
Okay. And if I were to then prove to you payments made, it's correct to assume then you'll have a difficulty in explaining to the commissioners on what basis payments were made to your companies. Because you don't know the company, you don't know the business dealings, so you'll not be in a position to explain why your companies receive money from this particular company.
We will have to check the recipient reference. That might help me to remember.
And if it doesn't help you remember, then that's it, we are stuck.
But it's worth a try than not doing anything.
No, I'm trying to, before I go down a rabbit hole, I want to know where you are sending me and for what purpose. Because, let me explain, I would expect a businessman of your caliber to know precisely who you are dealing with and who your companies receive money from and for what purpose. But I will accept that you have absolutely no clue until proof is provided to you. And even that proof of payment just might trigger your memory. That's my takeout of this conversation.
Of course, yes.
Okay. It's an interesting proposition. If we go to page 123, there is an attachment there at chart 1, and that attachment is printed out and appears from page 155. Have you located page 123? Or file 1, the same chat's file that we are working on?
Page 123, yes.
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 Now, you see the first chat there has got an attachment. It's headed CAT VIP Lounge Proposal OR Tambo.
Yes.
And I just pointed out that that actual proposal, which is an attachment there, projecting nucleus, is printed and is in your file 155.
Ms. Bowe, can we project, please?
Apologies for the delay, Chair. Have you found page 155?
Yes, I do.
So I'm saying that is the proposal that is attached and referred to at page 123. Can you, we have flipped through it. It is a proposal, I don't know, it's called CAT VIP Protection Lounge Proposal. Are you able to, I don't want to draw conclusions based on what's written in this. What is this about, and why are you sharing it with Mr. Msibe? Did he have an interest in this proposal or this venture?
No, he didn't have interest.
Say that again?
He didn't have interest.
So, and you shared it for the sake of sharing it?
To show him what am I busy with.
Now, sometimes your voice...
I'm saying I wanted to show him what is my new project that I'm busy with.
Okay, so you are just sharing your projects with him?
Yes.
Was it by any chance seeking advice or seeking investment in the project?
No, not seeking advice or finance. I was just sharing it with him to show him what am I currently busy with.
Did he ever invest in this venture?
No.
I didn't.
No, he didn't.
Okay, and lastly, I think on these chats, if you go to page 183, now 183 arises from the chats at page At page 121, there is a document there, second chat, and it's headed SAD 500. You see that?
Yes.
And that SAD 500 is reproduced at page 183, printed at 183. And as you know, the SAD 500 is a customs declaration form. Confirmed?
Yes, I confirm.
And this would appear to be the SAD 500, as I say, which is a customs declaration form in respect of the aeroplane, the jet that was acquired by Alpha from this other entity in Angola.
Of course.
Now I see that the exporter there is an Angolan company with a Portuguese name. I will not attempt it, but you see under item 8, importer is identified as Alpha 1 Group. Now you said you had opportunity to go view this, the aeroplane, on the basis of which Alpha and the seller had concluded that agreement we looked at. Is this the aeroplane?
No, Commissioner, I said I didn't even go to view the aircraft.
Oh, you didn't?
I
No, that
didn't,
you did.
yes.
Oh, my mistake. Okay. I want to leave them CB chats, the commissioners, unless there are other questions to the witness.
Can I just put this to you the appearances. You testified previously that your only relationship with Mr. Msibi was your VIP cat protection and the protection services that you provided to him. Are you prepared to accept that these chats that you've been going through with Ms. Silla in fact indicate that you have more than that as a relationship with him? You are sharing with him payment notifications that have Mr. Maumela in them as a referee. You are sharing with him, or he's sharing with you, documents to do with the purchase of a jet. You are now sharing with him what you say was your proposal for a lounge. And we know earlier on you spoke about having introduced him or Mr. Maumela to him, and now they're talking about selling each other vehicles. That in fact, it is not an accurate reflection what you gave us at first, that all I was a service provider and no more, that in fact your relationship was more than that. Are you prepared to accept that? Are you or are you not? Maybe let me pose it as a question, that this exchange you've had with Ms. Sillo and what I've listed suggests more than just an ordinary security provider relationship between you and Mr. Mswazi. In fact, there's also reference previously, and I think you've told us that, where your speedboat.
Tired of wasting time fixing broken 3D models? Try Hi3D all-in-one AI 3D tool. Generate high-precision models from texts or pictures, auto-split parts, add joints, and optimize slicing. Total beginners can print movable figures from ideas effortlessly.
Relationship than what you told us.
I testified about a speedboat.
I think his speedboat or his bike at your farm, and Mr. Nkosi having to buy batteries. We have all of that information. You also testified to that at the ad hoc committee. So that's what is in the public domain. All of that taken together, what I'm putting to you is whether you are prepared to concede that the impression you gave us first, the impression that you've given us when you first were asked about the nature of your relationship with Mr. Mswazi, was not an accurate reflection of your relationship, insofar as you said all it is I was a service provider to him of security services. You may.
Yes, Commissioner, I just didn't say that. I also said most of the time I will go be with him, and then he even called me a son, but he was not my friend. That's what I said. But I said also that I didn't have any businesses with him except for him rendering services for him. So the relationship, maybe we don't define it the same. So I wouldn't say Mr. Msibi was my friend because I sent him a WhatsApp or because he borrowed me a speedboat. So that doesn't make him my friend.
I accept that was your answer, that he's not your friend, and I really am not in a position to quarrel about it because I don't know anything about your personal relationship with him. I'm speaking to the transactions. That including what you said yesterday, you tried something. There's a transaction, I think yesterday or last week. You said, well, there was an attempt to do a transaction to buy a jet that did not succeed. So I'm speaking to all of those activities, including you sharing with him what we have seen now, to say they speak to or indicate a relationship which is more than just you being a personal security provider to him. That's all I'm putting to you. And asking, are you prepared to accept? That's what it indicates. I'm not trying to catch you. So please don't try and think where am I going with this. I'm being as transparent with you as possible, that we have looked at several things, exchanges. You have given us explanations to some of it, some you don't remember, and all I'm putting is when you look at all of that, they must lead to an impression, if not a conclusion, that in fact your relationship was not just as a personal security provider or even his taxes, if that's what you were providing, security to his taxes. There was more to your relationship than just a security provider.
Commissioner, then I think my definition of a relationship is something else. So maybe we had to first, before I make any comment regarding that, understand what is the definition of a relationship. Because I cannot say because I called him or he borrowed me a speedboat or I sent him a WhatsApp, then we have more than a relationship. I know people who had more relationship with Mr. Masibi than I cannot compare that with what I had with him. So my view is, when you say more of a relationship, I will always go and check the people that I know. He had more relationship with them than myself. Then I know that, no, I'm not even close to that. So I think my definition of a relationship, that's what made me to comment what I said earlier.
Let me say it differently. You had dealings with Mr. Msibi outside of your VIP cat protection services that you were offering him. You had other dealings with him. You tried to get into a business venture to buy a plane together. That's your testimony, right? You tried to do a business deal with him.
Yes.
Yes, that's all I'm saying. You were forwarding proofs of payment, and that has nothing to do with you being VIP protection services. When you forward these messages, that there's proofs of payment that you say you do not remember. So the only point I'm making is you were not just a security provider to him. You had other interactions with him that had nothing to do with your services as a service provider for protection services. You had other dealings with him, some attempt at doing business together, some you were a conduit for proofs of payment from somebody to him. All of that indicate you had other dealings with him. Forget relationship. You had other dealings with him. Mr. Matala, that should not be difficult.
Yes, yeah, dealings are had, yes, but it has to go back to a relationship because we try to purchase an aircraft. Yes, I take that. So that is a deal.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. So I would like to leave the chats with Mr. Msibi there for the moment and invite us to move on to another topic. And for this purpose, I would invite you to pull out your original statement.
So we put away part A of file 1. What we're dealing with now, we put
the chats?
Yes.
No, Chair.
Oh,
yeah.
We keep it.
Well, we just sort of wrapped up the topic on Mr. Msibi, but we'll be going back to that file shortly.
All right.
Thank you, Chair. Have you located your statement, your original statement? It's the file, the thin file that reads Regulation 10.6 Notice and Statement and Annexure.
Yes, I have.
At page 15. And page 15, you are dealing with, you are responding to what you were asked at paragraph 2.5.2 of the notice. And you were asked to describe your relationship with Mr. Mutsumi and other detail. To be precise, 2.5 required you to speak to the nature and extent of your relationship with certain individuals listed there. There are 9 of them, including your communications. And Mr. Mtsumi is reflected at paragraph 2.5.2.
Yes, I confirm that.
And your response is that one paragraph where you state, I confirm that I know Mr. Mtsumi and I have done a commercial transaction with him wherein his company had lent and advanced one of my companies an amount of 5 million rand. That's what you stated.
Yes.
And by being so brief, are you suggesting that that is the extent of your relationship with Mr. Mtsumi?
Yes, it was a business relationship.
Do you, besides the 5 million loan advance to one of your companies, do you have any other relationship, even if it's a business relationship?
Yes, a business relationship, yes.
Why didn't you deal with it at paragraph 19?
I think
The nature and extent of that business relationship.
because it never materialized.
You can't have a business relationship that did not materialize.
Okay, Commissioner.
Mr. Madlanga, if I may, I apologize for interrupting you. Earlier, you called me Advocate Sello and you corrected yourself and said Commissioner. Actually, you were correct the first time around. I'm not a commissioner. They are the commissioners. You're going to get me into trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
thanks. Yes, you may.
Yes, I did not mention the other businesses because it's something which we wanted to do, but it never materialized. So the 5 million is something that happened. That's why I've mentioned it.
Yes, but you remember the question wanted you to explain the nature of your relationship with him, and I say your response to 2.5.2 is absolutely devoid of that. You're not saying anything about the relationship you have with Mr. Mtsumi. All you are informing the Commission is that you know him because he loaned 5 million to one of your companies.
I said it's a business relationship, Advocate Silo.
Okay. Also, you have a business relationship.
It's a business relationship, yes.
Okay. Now, does this business relationship center specifically around this 5 million rand loan, or is it beyond the 5 million?
The 5 million is what happened, and the other business transactions never business dealings never materialized.
So you consider possible ventures where you could both participate, and you're saying that they just never materialized?
Yes.
So it is an ongoing business relationship, and should an opportunity present itself, chances are that you'll both take it.
Of course, yes.
So it's a long-standing business relationship that you have.
Long-standing, can you please clarify that?
This relationship didn't start same time last year.
Of course, yes.
Okay, it's longer than that.
Yes.
How long?
After the wedding of Mr. Msibi.
And when was that? Can you give us a timeline?
The wedding was in 2022. I don't remember the month, but it was 2022.
Okay. And was that your first encounter?
No, it was not the first encounter. I saw him before, but it's not the first.
Get ideas out of your head with Suno Studio 2.0. Try today.
It's a company, not the medical contact with SAPS.
Okay. So when then was this 5 million rand investment in Medicare?
2024.
2024.
Yes.
Around the same time that...
I think early 2024, yes.
Okay.
Because...
And...
Okay, and it's fine.
Okay. No, you wanted to add, please, sorry.
No, I wanted to I was reminding myself that it was just after the funeral of Mr. Msibi.
Okay. And that would still be 2024, early 2024, having reminded yourself?
Early, yes.
Okay. You had said it was I think on the 21st, said it was a written agreement.
Say that again?
You said it was a written agreement.
Oh, of course, yes.
And you had undertaken to provide the commission with a copy.
Yes, I did.
And we are not in possession of one yet, or receipt of one. Are you able to assist?
Yes, I asked my counsel to get it for me.
Maybe I can just assist. It is correct. And I think I've indicated to my learned friend too that we have reached out to endeavour to get this agreement. It's apparently there was an attorney involved, but the person that was going to deal with it, the attorneys involved was not available to, or put it the other way around, sorry. Mr. Mutsumi was not available apparently to give formal instructions to the attorneys to hand it over. I understand he's currently back in the country and that could happen. We have endeavoured to do that, but I undertake to again do a follow-up today to ensure that the written agreement is valid, because apparently it's with an attorney, as I said.
Noted.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you. Yes.
Yes. Apologies for that, Chair. I was going to thank Ms. Van Heever.
Sorry, Advocate Silo.
Yes.
Just to clarify this, I do not think it's an acknowledgement of debt. It's not a loan agreement. It's an acknowledgement of that loan.
So all along we have referred to it as a loan agreement. You recall on the 21st, we actually drew a distinction between the loan you received by you, I mean one of your companies, I think Medicare, from Mr. Karim, yes, and the loan received from Mr. Mutsumi or one of his companies. We drew that distinction, and we were made to understand by yourself that the loan with Mr. Karim was on a handshake and didn't have a loan agreement, a written loan agreement, and you specifically mentioned that this one had a loan agreement. So have we been wrong all along to call that document an agreement?
I've been wrong, Advocate Silo. I just remembered that it's an acknowledgement. It's not a loan agreement. I'm the one who was wrong.
So similarly with this loan of 5 million, there was no loan agreement, and therefore, what do you recall what the terms of the loan were? Because I wouldn't expect to find such detail in the acknowledgement of debt.
I think they are there. I'm not sure. I don't remember from on top of my head, but I don't, because earlier I explained that I don't remember the terms, but we should find them in the acknowledgement of debt, I think.
The terms of the...
Yes, I think they are there.
Okay. And to your recollection, what were they, over what period was this loan repayable?
Oh, I think within 12 months, if I'm not wrong.
12 months.
If I'm not wrong.
Okay. But it was a relatively short period. And you indicate, so before that, the document then we must that Ms. Van de Heever references, is she referencing the loan agreement that she says will be obtained from Mr. Mutsumi, or is she referencing the acknowledgement of debt?
Yes, it's an acknowledgement of debt.
So there is no written loan agreement?
Not, yes, yeah.
Okay. And on the 21st, when you were giving your narrative, you indicated that this loan has been repaid.
Yes, it is.
In full?
Yes.
Okay. And if it was in 2024, then it would have been repaid by, you said early 24, by early 2025? It was fully repaid?
Yes, in 2025, but yes.
Now, having then met Mr. Mutsumi at the, no, not met, if I understand you correctly, you engaged with him at the wedding of Mr. Msibi, and that's when a relationship between the two of you started. Is that a fair assessment?
At the wedding.
At the wedding,
yes.
yes. Now, are you able to characterize in a, however many words you can, the nature of that relationship?
At the wedding.
No, the relationship that you developed with Mr. Mtsumi.
I said it was a business relationship.
Strictly business, no friendship, no.
No, not friendship, but what would I say? Because last time I said strictly business. Not strictly business, yes. Not strictly business.
Okay, business including?
I'm saying not strictly business.
Yes, because your emphasis
Yes.
is on strictly. So there is a touch of business, but then including other kind of relationship that is not business. And I want to get a sense of what?
Maybe security.
Ms. Van Heerden, please switch off your mic because it keeps. That's fine. Mr. Madlanga, did you socialize with Mr. Mutsumi? Did you go out to lunch together? Did you have dinners? Did he visit your house? Did you visit his house?
No, he never visited my house.
Did you go to lunches together?
No, we never went to lunch, but at some point I remember he was having lunch somewhere, and then I wanted to meet him, and he was having lunch, and I got the incentive, some incentive, yes.
Did you bike together or ride together or drive sports cars together?
He don't ride bikes, Mr. Mtsumi. I don't think.
What did you do together? We're trying to get to what was the nature of the relationship. What did you do together?
You know, I'm opening this relationship because last time I confined myself, I said business only, and then find there's something else. Like, doing together is not much. Like, maybe if there is something that has to do with business, I will meet with him. So that's why I was referencing it as a business relationship.
So you met with him from time to time to
Yes.
discuss business opportunities?
Yes.
In fact, I was going to add to Commissioner Kumalo's list to see if he went horse riding, and I guess none of those. This is a relationship starting in 2022. Can you give us a sense of the nature of business ventures you considered? What types of business did you consider? Both of you?
Not considered. I said the first business that I've proposed to him is this one of Medicare.
Yes.
Yes.
So you say the first, that would suggest there is a second.
No, there's no second.
Okay, so what other business interests did you discuss? Or do you discuss? Not let me say dead, because I shouldn't assume the relationship has ended. So what other business interests do you discuss as business?
I will give you an example, not business between myself and him, but if there is someone who's looking maybe for VIP protection, he will refer them to me. So I will say it's business, but it was not between myself and him.
Okay.
Yes.
So he would then seek to assist you to develop your own business, like the VIP protection business.
Not assist, because I didn't want to have clients, but I was very selective with my who do I render services to, but because of him, and he will know that maybe I will say, if his friend maybe needs a VIP protection, then he will refer them to me.
And you didn't discuss any business to benefit him in turn?
Business to benefit him.
Benefit him, because what you are referencing now would be engagements that would benefit your business by giving you referrals. Any business to benefit him?
Yes, there was a proposal of investment of, I think it was 20 million, which he was going to benefit in terms of profits. But this is the business that I said it never materialized.
What was the business about? What did it involve?
The subcontract.
The subcontract, are we talking about Medicare?
Yes.
And what do you mean about, I thought it was 5 million, you referenced 20 now.
Advocate Shilo, I said 5 million was not for the subcontract.
You said, yeah, for Medicare?
Yes.
Okay. So you say the 20 million?
20 million was, yes. I needed extra money for Medicare subcontract.
Okay. Specifically now for that subcontract?
Yes.
Sorry, maybe I was confused. You say the 5 million was to acquire the Medicare 24 or to start it?
No, Commissioner. I said the first 5 million, yeah. I think this morning I said it. The first 5 million was when the first time I had a lease agreement with Public Works, yes, for the hospital that was in Pretoria West College.
Yes.
So I wanted to renovate that hospital. That 5 million was for that.
I got you.
Yes.
So it had nothing to do with the tender?
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, I think I have a sense, perhaps then, of your relationship. Just to a question Commissioner Kumalo asked you, remember the examples he gave you, whether you went speedboating together, riding sports cars. He asked whether you visited each other, and you said he had never visited you. You recall that?
Yes.
Have you had occasion to visit him?
Yes.
And was it still in pursuit of these business interests, or were you visiting as a friend?
It was business, yes.
It was?
Yes, yeah.
Business?
Yes.
I take it to discuss your VIP protection referrals, and so far what we have is the 20 million investment in the subcontract.
Is the 20 million investment, not even the VIP protection. It was
okay.
Yes.
I would like then to the file that you still have open. It's file 1. Remember, the same file we're looking at when we were dealing with Mr. Msibi's, with chats with Mr. Msibi. I'm still in the same file. This time, I would like to refer us to page 56 of that file. That's under tab CJC 307. So we know that you were awarded the subcontract in April 2024, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And you have clarified that the 5 million was not to service that contract?
Yes.
What funds did Medicare have at the time to service the contract before you started invoicing subs?
I think I choose not to answer that question because it's an ongoing investigation. That one is a case that is before court.
Okay. So you did have funds?
No, I don't want to comment on that. Advocacy law.
Okay. I had invited us to page 56. Ignore the number below. It's a reproduction from another file. Now, if I refer us to, no, let's stay at 56. The chats here are from, that we've put up from the 11th of December 2024. If regard is head to the first chat there at page 56, that's what I'm engaging you on. You confirm that?
Yes, I confirm.
Now, commissioners, just to check about the filing, you should have file 1.1. Mine is marked 1.1.
And what's it written besides the 1.1?
I think the shocker is you are only about to be in possession thereof, Chair.
Ms. Van den Heef, do you have it, yours?
Sorry, Chairperson, when it should be on, it's not on, and it should be off, it's on. So we've got file 1.1, I'm sure we're at the same place. Thank you very much.
And in fact, Ms. Boy is commenting here that we appear in this particular hearing to have an obsession with one. So everything is file 1 or file 1.1 or 1A or 1B, and Chair, we apologize for that. But perhaps at on the index of file 1.1, please make a note that there are documents numbered annexure SM1 to SM27. If you could just make a note for yourselves, these are the annexures downloaded from the chat we are about to go through. If you have regard to page 56, the Chair and Commissioners will note at the bottom is a document that is already marked SM1. So SM1 and succeeding annexures are to be found in file 1.1.
Electronic copy of this. We don't have an electronic copy of this, and we'd like to have an electronic copy of this just for our own reference and to make it easier for us.
Absolutely, and together with
Sorry, it was again off when it was supposed to be on.
The previous chat, and they are printed now because the version that is flighted from which they have been reproduced doesn't, I can say, it's not clickable. So we then had to print them. But yes, this set of chats as well will be provided to Ms. Van den Heef in the form that she states, which would enable her to click on the document in the chat and immediately open it. But for the moment, we will work off the hard copies.
Thank you.
Chair. Mr. Matala, you understood what I was saying about the relationship between the chats we are looking at from page 56 and this other big file that I think you just got?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Now, by way of example, if you go to file 5, I'll start again. To file 1.1, annexure SM1 appearing, it's numbered 825 of file 1.1.
Not 827?
827, Chair, I do apologize. There's a number 5 here on the page before me. That is a notification of payment, and that relates to, that's the SM1 referenced at the bottom of page 56. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. So, this is a notification payment And it has as a reference at the bottom, loan repayment. It is from Mr. Vusimusi Matala, -med. The payment was actioned on the 10th of December 2024, and it appears to be for R1 million, and it's made in favor of Bazwimi Factors. Now, is that a payment you made to Mr. Mutsumi?
Yes, no.
It says loan repayment. Is this in satisfaction of the R5 million loan?
Yes.
Okay. I want us to, we are now in December 2024. Are there any business ventures you are considering at this point with Mr. Mutsumi?
At this point?
Yes, in December 2024.
No.
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 So you're not discussing any further business ventures?
Except the 20 million loan, right? We're not talking about the 20 million loan.
No, that would come later in the chats. It is reflected there, but it's later in the chats. I'm interested in the time period. This is December 2024. According to this chats. I was just inquiring whether are there any business ventures you were then discussing with Mr. Mutsumi in December 24?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. So then if we go to page 58, let me just check something, Chair, reductions. At page 58, the first block, the first communication, this would appear to be from Mr. Mutsumi. It's dated the 12th of December 2024. And this appears to be an access code to a property. The estate has been redacted. I trust that you have it in your copy.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is that Mr. Mutsumi's residence?
Yes, it is.
So this is a visit you were paying to Mr. Mutsumi?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And then this is followed by a number of telephone conversations between yourself and Mr. Mutsumi. And at page 60, the third block there in green, which would denote it's from you. You say, good day, sir. Just wanted to let you know that I'm back, and whenever you are available, I would like to see you. This is the 31st of December 2024. And if you go further down, once the third green block on that page, you say, can I please have, no, can I stop there? The 31st of December 2024. So you wanted to see him then, I take it just for a casual visit? Or by this point, had you been discussing some business ventures?
It should be the 20 million loan.
Sorry?
I'm saying it should be the 20 million loan.
It should be?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said it showed. So you want to see him here because now by the 31st of December, you are pursuing a 20 million rand loan. Correct?
Yes.
Did he offer it or did you ask for it?
I asked for it.
And you asked because you knew that he could afford to advance such a loan to you?
Yes, I know.
Okay. Now, staying on page 60, at the third block, once again, it's the 5th of January, 2025, you say, can I please have access code, to which he responds, it doesn't work at the gate 4. So that's another visit you are planning here. Do I understand that correctly?
Yes, I see.
And I take it you are going to say that you are going to discuss the 20 million loan.
I'm not saying that,
okay.
advocacy law. I
Then
wouldn't remember every time when I went to him because I didn't go to Mr. Mutsumi once or twice. But what I know is that we were discussing about the loan. So, but that day, when it was about the loan, I'm not quite sure.
Also, it could potentially have been about the loan or something else.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And would it be safe to guess that, of course, you won't recall what that something else could potentially have been?
I cannot recall because
Yeah.
it does not even show here.
Yes. Now, if we go to page 61, at the bottom, there's an extra SM2 that appears at your page 828. That's a 1.5 million rand payment, once again to Bazwimi Factors from Black AK Trading and SAP. That is now the other company, the other entity of your entities, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
As a matter of interest, before we look at the repayments, how did Mr. Mutsumi make the payment of 5 million to you? Was it in one transaction like an EFT as you are doing your payments, or was it in installments?
I think he paid maybe 4 million first and 1 million after, but it was two payments if I remember well.
And those would have gone into your account or into the account of Black AK Trading or Medicare?
To Medicare, that
Medicare.
I remember, yes.
Okay. And then if we go further, still staying with the big file, at 829 is another payment by Medicare, once again to Bazwimi Factors, and this time for 1.5 million. So by now there are two 1.5 million payments and $1 million were at 4 million.
Yes.
And this is between the 10th of December and the 4th of February, 2025. You have repaid 4 million of the original 5 million rand loan.
Yes.
If we turn to page 62, once again, it appears to be an access code on the 16th of January 2025, provided by Mr. Mutsumi to you. So that's another visit to Mr. Mutsumi.
Yes, I see it.
Okay, and if we go over leaflet 63, on the 24th of January this time is the same access code.
Yes,
and once again is to visit him.
Yes.
And you suggest that you are discussing the 20 million rand loan.
Yes, it should be, yes.
What about the loan, interestingly, are you discussing over, there's about now 5 visits.
But advocacy law, if it was only one visit, you will ask that, hey, this guy, you don't even persuade him, he just give you 5 million like that. Now, he wanted a lot of documents from me, so sometimes you want to know why you're struggling with your company, bring more documents and stuff like that. So it was not an easy thing for him to just give me 20 million like that. Because the other time he gave me 5 million, he said, oh, just like that.
I can assure you I would never have posed that question because I know for a fact he's given you 5 million without a single piece of paper, just a handshake. Because he infinitely trusted you, I've accepted that. That's your relationship. So I would never have asked you how he could consider giving you 20 million. If it was somebody else, yes, I potentially might have asked, but you're in the clear.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
We then have at page, you then start sharing with him from page 64, annexure SM4, and SM4 would be at page 830. And by this time, there is a letter of demand that had been issued to you by SAPS, and you are responding to that letter of demand at SM4. Do you see that? Am I right?
Advocate Selo, can we please, I'm asking not to engage with these things because this is about the contract now. And I see it's even on the screen.
I haven't posed the question about the contract.
The issue is being displayed on the monitors, and that issue is currently one of the things on which he's claiming the right to self-incrimination or anything else, but you displayed it and he asked you to take it down.
I see what.
Thank you.
I see what you mean. It has been taken off screen, but just to place on record that this document was displayed and dealt with extensively during the course of Brigadier Macheng's testimony.
May I ask to understand what exactly is the issue about the contract being displayed? There's no question thus far that would tend to implicate Mr. Matlala. I'm not saying you don't have a basis for saying it should be taken off screen, but I want to understand.
Chairperson, the issue was that it was displayed there, and that was what I was trying to convey.
Oh, it's a letter of demand, not the contract.
Yeah, no, but what he was trying to relate to my learned friend was he said, please take it down, it's part of the contract. What my understanding from him is it's one of the issues that I've been dealing with that I said I don't want to answer. So my engagement with my learned friend was, and I think she understood it like that, is just take it down because it's not something else at this point in time. That was
no. If Ms. Silo has agreed that it should be taken down, I have no problem. But still, I just wanted to understand what the issue is exactly.
Yes, Chair. I think where Ms. Van de Heever is correct, as I understood what she meant. What Mr. Matlala was taking issue with is that it was being flighted. And her interjection was to point out that his request is that it not be flighted. But we are not at a stage of whether or not we deal with it. And it was in response thereto that I said I'm advised that the same document has been dealt with publicly and has been flighted during the testimony of Brigadier Macheng. So that horse has bolted.
Yes, but I think by then Brigadier Macheng was not yet an accused.
Yes, but it's already out in the public arena. There is nothing to protect anymore. Would you accept that?
Myself, I won't accept that because I don't want to be the one who's entertaining that.
No, you have to accept a certain fact. If it was flighted and it's out there, it's out there. It doesn't be out there or not be out there because you, Mr. Matlala, accepts it. Do you understand?
I hear you, Advocate Silo, but I've got an issue with it because I'm the one who's need to account for this thing in court. So I'm kindly asking that it must not be flighted, please.
Then perhaps if you say you have an issue with it, please indicate to the commissioners what your issue with it is.
No, I do not want to engage in anything that is to do with the SAPS contract in public before I deal with it in court.
But you recall that the chair pointed out that that any right you assert must be in relation to a response to a specific question. You have fallen back into that mode where you are suggesting to the commissioners that a discussion around Medicare 24 is completely off the table. Is that what you're proposing?
Medicare 24 contract.
Contract, yes.
Not
Sorry,
Medicare
sorry.
24.
Contract.
I've been engaging with you with Mr. Mutumi
No.
Sulo.
I
I'm talking
correct
about
myself.
the contract.
I accept your correction. The contract.
Yes.
Are you suggesting to the commissioners that the contract is off bounds?
No, the contract, I cannot engage in the contract. I cannot engage in that.
So are you invoking, you say you are invoking your right, against self-incrimination each time a reference is made to the contract?
I'm engaging my right in terms of my free trial rights. I do not want to infringe my free trial rights by engaging in my case before I can do that in court.
Your Section 35 rights. So is it your position that any engagement on that contract of any kind before this commission will infringe your rights?
It will, of course.
Why? And how?
Advocate Sulam, myself and you now as we sit here, we do not know what is up the sleeves of the prosecutor. We do not know what questions they want to ask or what is their approach. Even myself, you do not know what is my defense strategy. So it's a number of things that can go wrong if we engage in this issue now.
I think I'm having this engagement with you because I'm trying to understand the basis on which you say the commission cannot engage with that contract at all. You recall yesterday I requested that perhaps to assist the commission to appreciate the parameters of this right that you assert, that you provide us with the charge sheets in both trials. You recall that?
Yes, I do.
That was a request, and unfortunately, by this morning, you hadn't, by you, I mean collectively with your team, appreciating that.
We got it in the meeting.
Let me just finish, if I may. We have then, in the interim, sought to assist you and have obtained both the charge sheets, and they are part of file 11, item 3, and item 7 of file 11. Now, we did that precisely to to understand what charges you face and to inform us and the commission, generally the commissioners, how far to potentially have a conversation with you about this contract. You understand?
I hear you.
Now, the Medicare charge sheet as at item 7 appears from page 90.
Sorry again, just for our benefit, which file are we currently?
11. File 11. It's the file that has the SIU order. File 11, page 90, that should be CJC 448, Commissioners. You confirm that is the charge sheet that was served on you and on the basis of which you are facing the current criminal trial in the Medicare matter?
Yes, I confirm that.
Yes. Now, we had requested that we have this before us so that we look at the various charges preferred against you and or your companies to have an appreciation when you refuse to answer a question as to specifically which offense do you say that question impacts? You remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
Okay. Now, looking then at our page 830, which is that response to the letter of demand for non-performance, what charge in this charge sheet do you suggest that letter impacts and therefore runs the risk of prejudicing you?
Advocate Silo, I will repeat it again that I am not a lawyer, so I do not know the tactics of lawyers. How do they approach their cases? So I just want to be on a safe side by not approaching anything that has to do with this thing.
Because the approach you want to adopt is precisely the approach that I think the chair cautioned against, which is you can't be suggesting a blanket ban on conversation around the subcontract. And that any asset and any right you seek to asset must be in response to a specific question. And I'm suggesting to you to assist you to determine when it is to invoke your rights. Perhaps reference to the charge sheet would assist you, because the charge sheet specifies the different offenses for which you are charged.
Chairperson, may I at this stage just try and briefly deal with one of the issues that I find difficulties with right at this point. Mr. Madlanga has indicated to your honourable self and your fellow commissioners that he's invoking his fair trial right. He's also indicated to you that he's not a lawyer and he doesn't know, simply put, about how lawyers deal with these various issues. I understand the approach you've discussed yesterday with reference to paragraph 109 and what's further. And I go back to maybe a little bit to what I've referred to earlier today. When one deals with somebody's Section 35 rights, it goes much further than purely the right to self-incrimination, which is the right that you're being afforded under the 47 Act. There's a right that you've got, for instance, to adduce, and put it the other way around, to challenge and produce evidence. There's a right to challenge inadmissible evidence, etc., etc. Now, those rights, you cannot simply ascertain by looking at an indictment or at a charge sheet. Those are issues, legal issues, evidentiary issues that's dealt with by counsel and attorneys during the course of a trial. So what I'm saying to you, and again with respect, not in the sense that you think I'm doing it, I'm saying this really with respect, is that to say that you have to revert to the judgment wherein Mr. Chief Justice Yafta gave the judge. If you look, for instance, I think it's paragraph 111, he clearly states that what he says in 109, he deals with specifically in relation to the fact that Mr. Zuma was subpoenaed at that point. At no stage, and please, if you can, if I do understand this judgment correctly, I would bow to your superior interpretation of this. But this judgment at no stage dealt with your other constitutional rights. At the time, as I said to you, when Section 3(4) was enacted in the Commissions Act, there was no such thing as a constitution. We didn't have a constitution that's been time and time ruled by the Constitutional Court to be the superior law of the country. Those fair trial rights that an accused person or a suspect down the line can assert in a court of law has been crystallized almost on a case-to-case basis and very often goes beyond what is contained in Section 35. I cannot foresee any situation where where Section 3(4) of the Commissions Act would simply swipe away or brush aside you as an accused person ascertaining before a commission of inquiry your other rights under Section 35. More so because that's not a right. Your Section 35 rights is not suspended or cease to exist the moment you, for instance, appear before the commission. Those are rights that you can invoke consistently. Because what we've got now, and I've not come across a case, and as I said, Zuma's case is a totally different kettle of fish, where a person that sits in Mr. Matlala's position had to invoke these rights. It's been dealt with in other forums. But right now, and it goes back to maybe where we started this morning, it's not, it doesn't fall within, I would respectfully submit, his realm of knowledge as a legal practitioner to understand exactly what rights can be invoked at which specific time. That's why I go and I say the rights that you are entitled to as an accused person and a suspect are far wider than the single right that you are afforded under 3(4) of the Commissions Act. And to ask him to now go with specific reference to that and to that issue that's referenced in a single paragraph that's maybe explained is, I respectfully submit, unfair for the reasons that I've submitted to you right now, because it's not, let me stop there at this point.
Yesterday, when there was particular focus on paragraph 109, what was claimed was the privilege against self-incrimination. You are making a different point, which refers to Section 35 of the Constitution. But what I would say to you, I'm yet to give Ms. Silo an opportunity to respond. But what I would raise with you is this. Even the Section 35 rights, one cannot raise them in the air, so to speak. I've had a cursory look at this letter. I cannot claim to have read it so thoroughly that I was in a position to follow everything contained in it. It's quite a lengthy letter, and it's not that succinct and a bit difficult to follow. But the point I want to make is I do not understand how, and you would have to explain to me how the Section 35 right, the fair trial right, is implicated. I just do not see how. I'm saying how that right would be implicated. Of course, not in these proceedings, but you mean in the criminal proceedings implicated by what happens here. So what I'm saying is I do not see how it will be or would be implicated by what happens here, reference being made to this letter. You would have to address us specifically and not just argue a legal point in the air, so to speak. So you would have to make specific reference to this letter. This letter says this and that and that and that, and for that reason, Mr. Matlala's fair trial right will be implicated. That's where your submissions are seriously lacking.
Indeed, if, as I said, if that is what you expect of me, I would, I don't know what the time is now, I will address you on that issue first thing in the morning. I think we've got enough to continue with specific reference to each and every of the points that was inter alia made by Mr. Matlala in his in the supplementary affidavit and expand on that with hopefully the bit of legal knowledge I have.
No, I will not let you off on this, Ms. van den Heever. You have interjected and made legal submissions when questions were being asked around this letter. You could only have been able to do that if you are in a position to answer my question now. Otherwise, you are, as I said earlier, you are raising your legal point hypothetically or in the air, as I say. And you could only do that if you are in a position to address us on the contents of this letter. If you are not, you had no basis whatsoever to raise the legal point. So I would want you to address us now, not tomorrow. I would want you to address us now on this issue. If you say you are only ready tomorrow, why then did you raise the legal point? Because it ought not, from where you are sitting now, it ought not to have arisen at all. Or may I say this? Or what you should rather have said, maybe let me not get there. Let me just end it saying, I will not let you off that easily.
No, I
yes.
can address you on the specific points that I believe is relevant and that was raised by him in his affidavit, the supplementary affidavit, and I can raise this specifically to the manner in which those issues are raised as you've invited me to in a criminal trial vis-a-vis the proceedings in this particular case.
I'm saying now, and you say only tomorrow. I'm saying tell us how those fair trial rights are implicated in respect of this letter, and I'm inviting you to address me on that now.
Chairperson, maybe we're speaking past each other at this point. He was asked, from my understanding, to utilize the indictment that was there, that was referenced by my learned friend, and to deal with it. And his answer to that is that I cannot deal with this indictment because I'm not a legal person. So that's why I said maybe we're speaking past each other at this point in time, because I was addressing the fact you cannot give a person an indictment and say, use your indictment now and answer the questions.
I will seek clarity from Ms. Sillo unless I misunderstood, and if I did, I will withdraw everything that I have said.
I misunderstood what you said. I will also withdraw and then deal with it.
All right. Okay.
I understood
yeah. Let me say this. Yes, I understood Ms. Sillo's reference to the indictment, but I understood Ms. Sillo to get to the indictment springing from the contents of this letter. So what Ms. Sillo appeared to me to be saying was, let's engage you, Mr. Madlanga, on this letter. But because you are talking of fair trial rights or whatever else, now let's look at the indictment and see how it becomes relevant to the contents of this document. So now when you make your submissions about the fair trial rights, I say fine, well and good, but make those submissions in relation to this letter. Please correct me. I will immediately withdraw, Ms. Sillo.
There is nothing to correct, Chair, because that is exactly what I said.
Thank
in
you.
fact, the reference to the charge sheet was in a bid to assist so that we do not unduly stray and be confronted with these responses.
Then I will also withdraw the submissions I made right now. Maybe I can, in fact, this particular question to the letter, and what my learned friend has tried to indicate to my client about the use of this letter, maybe if I can get a very short few minutes, I can try and explain to him some of the issues that was raised by my learned friend as to why she says she can ask him about it at this point. And I think I can cut through unnecessary objections at this stage, if that is the only issue.
Let's rather see the evidentiary matter that Ms. Silo can engage with. 4 o'clock is not that far away from now. Let's just continue, see how things go, Ms. Fanny, rather than take
As I said, because I thought we could cut through this, because I understand where she comes from, and I think it's a simple explanation to the client might curtail her reasoning why she can and why she argues that it is already out in the public, and I can explain to him as to...
Let's just see how things go. 4 o'clock we'll adjourn, and you'll have the time to do whatever you want with your client. Let's continue,
Thank you, Chair. And I think just for the record, we shouldn't conflate the issue that Mr. Madlanga had, which was flighting the document, which is distinct and separate from any objection he would have with dealing with the document. Those are two separate issues. So for purposes of, I guess, progress, I will not flight the document, but I want to ask questions about the document. And then we will take it from there, and Mr. Madlanga will assert whatever right he believes he has in response to a question as I pose it. Mr. Madlanga, we were at page 830 of file 11, and that is the letter written by Medicare 24 addressed to Lieutenant General Dr. M.I. Fanny, Divisional Commissioner Supply Chain, SAPS. It runs until page 834. You confirm that? You confirm that's the document we are looking at?
Yes, I confirm.
Yeah. Now,
Mr. Lo, because you're not flighting...
830?
Yeah, no, I am at the page. Maybe because you're not flighting it, you should say who it comes from. You said Medicare, the writer.
Indeed. I take... To do things properly, it's a letter from Mr. Van Wyk, Chief Executive Officer, Medicare 24 Tshwane District, Pty Limited. It is addressed to Lieutenant General Dr. M.I. Fanny, Divisional Commissioner, Supply Chain Management, South African Police Services. And it is signed by Mr. Van Wyk at page 834. You confirm that's what you have at your page 830?
Yes, I confirm.
You took issue with flighting this particular document, and for the moment, I don't want us to detain ourselves with that debate. I did make the point that the actual document has been dealt with by Brigadier Majeng. So to the extent that whether or not it's public, it is confirmed it is public because it has been dealt with publicly in this commission. It's a fact, I'm telling you. You can't dispute it. It has happened. You can only note it, accept it. You note what I say to you.
I hear you.
Thank you. Now, this particular letter, it's important, particularly in relation to the rights you think you may have to assert. It has as its topic, letter of demand, non-performance on the contractual obligations, Medicare 24 Tshwane District, Pty Limited, Health Risk Management Contract. Then it provides a contract number as we know it, the SAPS Medicare 24 contract. Okay? You confirm that. This is what this letter speaks to. It states at first paragraph that Medicare 24 Tshwane District has been appointed a health risk manager from the 18th of June 2024 under that specific contract, and would like the opportunity to respond to the letter signed 4 February 2025 and only received on Monday the 10th of February 2025. It says at 10:37. You see that?
Yes,
so I'm suggesting to you that that first paragraph tells us already what this letter is dealing with. It is a response to a letter received from SAPS. You accept?
I do.
Say that again?
Yes, I accept.
Oh, thanks. And It then proceeds to deal, as I understand it, with SAPS's expressed view to terminate the Medicare contract for non-performance. That's all this letter deals with. Is that your recollection of the letter as well?
Of course.
Okay. So then, it cannot be that its contents in any manner jeopardize any trial you are facing because it was a response to a threat for termination of a contract. That's all it is. Do you accept?
Not on the basis of criminality,
Indeed.
but on the basis of alleged non-performance.
Indeed, I confirm, Chair. Do you understand, Mr. Madlanga?
Can you please explain that to me once more?
Okay. When I put up this letter, you raised the fact that you are currently on trial regarding this contract.
Yes.
And you and I had an engagement about you must wait for the question to come because you can only assert your right in response to a question a specific question posed.
Of course, yes.
You cannot refuse to answer every question that relates to that contract, as a blanket proposition. And accepting that, I say this particular document we are looking at came about after SAPS seemingly on the 4th of February threatened to terminate the Medicare SAPS contract for reason of non-performance by Medicare. That's all it concerns, nothing more.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying because of the nature of its contents and what is being discussed here, that can have no bearing on, as the chair says, the criminality or otherwise that is being debated in the criminal case that you are currently first accused in. Will you accept that? Because this is dealing with a contract that SAPS at the time considered to be live when it issued the threat to cancel. These are all only contractual issues.
I don't know that, Advocate Silo.
What don't you know, sir?
You know, you were asking me if I know that it won't infringe my fair trial rights.
No. That's my conclusion. I say it only deals with possible termination of a contract. That's all it deals with. And from that, I conclude it cannot infringe your fair trial rights. And if you hold a contrary view, then I invite you to explain to the commissioners how the issue of termination of a contract could potentially infringe your fair trial rights.
Again, I'm repeating myself. Termination not for the alleged criminality in which you are now facing charges, not at that stage, but termination for failure to comply with your contractual obligations. There is termination for non-performance of your obligations under the contract. Do you get that? And then Mr. Van Wyck's lengthy letter is engaging with that. And unless you explain, none of that has anything to do with criminality. Do you understand that?
I hear you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Chair. So, we know now from your chats that you shared this letter with Mr. Mutsumi on the 21st of February 2025. If you go to page 64 of the chats.
Yes, it's fine. Yeah, I know I shared it with him.
Your voice dropped for a bit there. Please repeat it. File, what did we say that? File 1, where we have the chats, page 64.
Page 64, yes, sir. Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so I say we see from page 64 that you shared with Mr. Mutsumi the response by Mr. Van Veek on behalf of Medicare 24 Tswane to SAPS. You shared that with him.
Yes.
So he became aware that as of the 21st of February 2025, that contract was under threat of termination for non-performance.
Yes.
And what was the purpose of sharing it with him, if I may ask?
I think it's the reason why I needed more money.
Say that again, please.
The reason why I needed more money to fund the contract.
That you needed more money?
Yes.
Okay, so was this in a bid to support your requirement for 20 million?
Yes.
And if you could have regard to page 830, that letter, 830 of file 1.1. Yes.
Mr. Lord, should we close the indictment file?
Oh, yes, it's to close it. It was just to bring to Mr. Matala's attention that the charge sheets that we had requested are now available. We have obtained them ourselves in the file. So each time he seeks to invoke one or other of his rights, we will have to do so with reference to the charge sheet and to see the crimes for which he is currently indicted for.
But Chair, sorry, Advocate Silo, I see you also have that letter from Mr. Mutsumi.
Sorry, sir, please say that again.
I'm saying I was just going through this. I just saw now that you also have that letter from Mr. Mutsumi that you were asking about.
What is the letter from Mr. Mutsumi?
Acknowledgement of debt. Acknowledgement of debt.
At which page is it and in which file, Mr. Matlala? Just look at the spine of the file.
I'll show you just now.
Thank you.
Perhaps to assist you, I think you have regards to the document at page 843. Same file, Annex SM10. Is that what you have in mind?
Yes.
Just look at the amount in that acknowledgement of debt, and you'll see it's not about the 5 million.
Oh, no, it's something different.
There are too many of them, huh?
So that one, Mr. Matlala, goes with 839. It is part of what was going to be the loan agreement for 20 million.
Oh, no, it's my mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. And your voice changed when you told me about that acknowledgement of debt. You know, there was a sternness to the voice, like. No, but I accept your error. It's okay. So then, staying with this, we were dealing with SM4, which is your letter of response to persuade SAPS not to terminate the contract. If we go further, then we have a notification. It's SM7. You share a notification of payment, and that is at page 837. It's for 1 million, and that is by one of your companies. No, 837. No, Chair,
Our 8.
It is actually, yes. It doesn't tally with the. Yeah, it doesn't tally with the index. It will have to be changed. But 838, you are correct. And that is now a 1 million rand payment made to the same company of Mr. Mutsumi Bazwimi Factors for 1 million rand on the 17th of March 2025.
Yes, I can see it.
And this is now from your other company, Luxo Africa Brand Investment. That's your company.
Yes, that's my company.
Now, on my computation, the 5 million rand loan has now been extinguished, is it?
Of course, yes.
So it was an interest-free loan.
No, it was not an interest-free loan.
What was the interest on that loan?
I think it was 10. I need to check the terms because it is on the acknowledgement of debt, if I'm not wrong.
Please say that again. I think I missed something. You say you need to check the terms?
Check the terms of payment from the acknowledgement of debt.
Yes.
Yes. That's
And that will tell you what the loan was, the interest rate was.
Yes.
And now we are in March 2025, and we have settled at least the principal amount of 5 million.
Yes.
So you did pay the interest on that 5 million.
I got arrested.
So you're still owing interest on...
Interest, yes.
That would be interest accumulated from the day that loan was extended and until the loan was extinguished.
Yes, yes.
And you... I nearly asked you whether you have an idea of what that interest may potentially be, but because you said you deal with in many millions, you might not remember.
No, advocacy, I'm not.
Okay.
Don't put it that way. I said, explain to Commissioner Walui that I was not putting it that way. I just wanted to explain that it will be something if I only saw the transaction of only 2 million in my life, not to say that I'm a person who deals with big money, please.
So I'm the one who misunderstood.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but it looks like maybe I'm bragging about it or something, so it feels wrong.
No, it should. If I were you, I would brag, but that's just me,
Ms. Silo, can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Ms. Madlanga, I thought the loan was to Medicare 24 Tshwane, not to you personally.
Yes, it was to Medicare 24 Tshwane, yes.
So the question is, did Medicare Tshwane pay the interest portion of the loan?
Yes, it did.
It did. And I think we heard from one of the witnesses that you resigned as a director of Medicare 24 in December 2024.
Yes, that's correct.
So by this point, you were no longer a director of this company?
Yes.
Were you still a shareholder?
Yes.
Okay.
Chair looked at me at 16:01, so I'm in the commission's hands.
No. If you want to continue, you may.
I've just indicated to my learned friends, for reasons that I'm not going to deal with in public, I have obligations to deal with. If I knew it beforehand, I could have made arrangements, but I unfortunately didn't, which leaves me in a bit of a predicament.
Let's take the adjournment then and resume at 9:30 tomorrow.
9:30 tomorrow, Chair. Yes.
Chair, before we do so, I should mention and perhaps forewarn Mr. Matala that we'll have to park this engagement and conversation with him to a later date, as tomorrow they'll be starting on a new topic.
With Ms.
With OS Advocate Hassan.
That's correct, Chair.
Yes. Let's adjourn until 9:30 tomorrow then.